what she went through. It's a she.
It's a she?
Yeah.
A woman wrote this trash?
Yes, bro.
Fucking A. No way. I don't believe that.
Dude, dead ass though. It
I don't
is.
believe that. I don't
Dude,
believe that.
it is. It is. I
I
know. I
don't
know.
believe that. A
I know,
woman
bro.
would, dude, women would, I can't even, I don't even know what to say right now, Ambu. I feel
Bro,
like a woman could write better romance than this. This is
I'm
very
telling
disappointing.
you,
Telling
look up
me
the
you're
look.
telling me, Ambu, that a woman who's supposed to be able to write better romance did a shit job compared to like Toradora, which probably has like a male
Bro,
mangaka.
I'm not kidding you. This is
This
Sakurai
is
Nori.
this is
This is
wild.
Sakurai Norio,
This
dude.
is
I'm
wild. No way. No
or
way. I
they're
can't
saying
believe it.
it's
I
this
I am
person.
in denial.
No, here it is. This is the
No.
person supposedly. Hold on.
No
This is
way.
the person that they're saying, not the first one I sent you. This is the one that somebody got
No. Where did you send it to me?
in the
What is
chat, in the Zoom chat.
on the Zoom chat? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
These are the two faces that pop up when you type in Sakurai Norio, the mangaka for The Dangers in My Heart.
No way. Get out of here.
Dude, I'm not kidding. What? Like
No
I looked this up
way.
yesterday. I was curious as like what else is there about the series? And that's what and she popped up.
No. No. Say it ain't so.
I don't want to go, turn the lights off and carry me home.
That is wild.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey guys, it's your boy Silver with my co-host Ambu on another glorious episode of the TBD Tavern. And on this episode, we have horrible romance, terrible cliches, pain, pain, and God, so much pain. And we began watching this series because it all started with this what's the name of the anime? It was a post on Twitter from like
Oh,
a anime channel that basically rates and ranks animes like best boy
uh,
of
it's the
2024. Huh?
it's the anime corner's best ship or couple of the
Anime
year.
Corner, if you ever see this episode, go get some help. What is wrong with you? How dare you? This is Silver Blaze X. I almost replied in every single one of those posts that you made. How dare you disrespect all those glorious animes from 2024 over the dangers in my heart? Let me reel it in. It all started. It was a dark night, and I was going through Twitter, doom scrolling, just looking through
Mm-hmm.
my feed. And what do I find? That they decided to give this weird kid that I knew nothing about. And I take pride in being on top of anime, right? And what's out there and what's kind of trending. But I didn't recognize this guy. And they gave him best boy for 2024, Kyotaro Ichikawa. I was like, who is this? Is this a boy? First, my first reaction was, is this a boy or
Oh
is
my
this a girl?
God.
Because he's
Oh my God.
so meek and tiny and little and effeminate. I was like, is this one? Is this a hentai? I was confused. So
Oh.
many questions going through my mind.
Uh-huh.
Confusion and anger was what was primarily taking over. And I was like, no, surely this is wrong. Surely this can't be true. And then as I go into this Twitter account for anime, what again? My brain can't even
Anime
remember you.
corner. Anime
Anime
corner.
corner, anime
Yeah.
corner, you disgust me. Anime corner, you then proceed to name The Dangers in My Heart as the best rom-com for 2024. And and I think at that point I exploded. I because not here's the thing. You didn't stop there only. You didn't stop there. No, you kept going. And then you named this Ana Yamada, best girl of 2024. You are sick. It is a sickness of the highest order, my friend. And that was terrible. How dare you? There were so many good female characters of in all 2024, but no, you were like Ana Yamada. Who? Who the hell is that? No, nobody. And if you go through the comment section, you will see that I was the not the only one that was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Why? There's so many
Mm-hmm.
good female characters in 2024. 2024 had some really great animes coming out. But no, you picked the most cliche, most unoriginal, or the Spanish is kicking in. That's how you know I'm angry. The most unoriginal cliches and romance story plot line. Uh, and then you put it all together. What were you doing? You don't even. You know what? I don't even think you knew what you were doing at the beginning, did you? You didn't. I know you didn't. What's again the name of the mangaka?
Okay. Uh,
Kawa. No,
no,
that's.
Norio Sakurai.
You didn't know what you were doing, Sakurai. You, you,
Oh my
you.
God.
My God. Okay. I said, you know what? I don't know anything about this anime. I could be wrong. Maybe this is one of those like gems that fell between the cracks. No, no. I went and I saw everything. I saw everything. Oh, I did. And it was terrible. Episode one started off with what? An emo kid
Okay,
who
so
hate.
can we
Go ahead.
look?
No,
Okay,
go
so
for it.
I'm not gonna anger Silver because I saw the other awards that it won, but I'm just gonna go with this real quick. So,
How dare you?
the anime that we're talking about is The Dangers in My Heart, which won, as he was
Is that
talking
the
about,
name?
like a whole bunch of awards. It's a slice of life romance anime
No,
akin
it's
to
a
trying to
slice of
be.
shit.
Anyway, so the story is about a little boy named Kyotaro, Ichikawa Kyotaro, and he is this boy who is, as you would predict in any sort of, anime slice of life, where he is the loner, the woe is me kid, the I'm just gonna stalk the girl that I like, the boy that notices girl
I'm gonna
theme,
turn on
which
the
we see in
fan.
a
I
lot
got
of
heated.
the boy notices girl type of trope that we're used to in slice of life. Um and it starts with him literally as the first line saying something along the lines of, I am obsessed with murder. And he talks about how he wants to murder this girl because of how beautiful she is. And her name is Ana Yamada. Um, and then, of course, as the series goes on, they become friends through weird, unconventional means that turn into very conventional means of, like, um, anime tropes, the codependency, the, like, woe is me, how overthinking, gaslighting myself type of stereotypes, and then the like the your
He was
happiness is my
reading books
happiness.
about murder. He was reading books about murder.
So it delves into this thing where you just sit there and it's this whole entire thing where I'm just gonna say it. In the 26 5 episodes that there are, there is little to no character growth for any of these characters. In fact, some characters go backwards and some characters stay the same. Um, to where like you would think that this kid who clearly, chat, I kid you not, or everybody at the tavern, I kid you not, she drops hints every episode that she likes him. And all you get is a kid going, I don't know if she likes me. I can't tell. There's no way that she would like me, right? And then it's like, no, you dumb. She likes you. It's clear as day. She faked not having an umbrella to get one because she likes you. She gave you her scarf. She makes it clear she wants you to read her favorite manga. She makes hints about all this stuff. But for 25 episodes, you were sitting there watching this man go, "Duh, I don't think she likes me." And everybody else knows. It's clear as day that it's there. And then finally, the final episode is him going, wearing a fox mask going, I am strong. You make me happy. You've made my world a better place. And guess what? I like you. And you're like, it took you 20 chat. It took him 25 episodes. Not on Valentine's Day where she shows that she likes him. Not on White Day when it was clear that it was a date. Not on any other romantic day. Christmas Eve, she wanted to spend the day with him and go out with him. It was a date. Like, this man went on 3 dates with her, and somehow he was still convinced that she didn't like him. So we were stuck with 25 episodes of a kid completely believing, for whatever reason, that someone didn't like him because he had to convince himself she didn't like him. Or she didn't like, yeah,
Dude,
she didn't like him.
he went to her house. He was invited to the her house multiple times, by the way. I can't, man. Who hurt you, Nori
Norio
Norio
Sakura.
Sakurai? Who hurt you?
Okay.
Are you okay, girl? Like, do you know, all anger aside, are you okay? Like, what kind of a
Yeah.
junior high romance life did you have, girl? Like, are you all right, girl? Like, do you need help? I'm gonna be
So,
in Japan soon. If you need to talk, hey, your boy's got you. Because
but
holy shit, man! Like the amount of emotional damage that this guy put this poor girl through, and I've like Gambu said it, I've never seen this before in a series. I've never seen it. The characters, instead of having character development, they regressed into like horrible beings. Like the codependency that Ambu brought up in a conversation that we had yesterday was just right on the dot. Like it was wild because this girl who was confident, yes, she was aloof and she's kind of weird, uh, and had all these strengths. Obviously, is like the alpha chick of her group. Uh, Started becoming more and more insecure, and because she's also like her career is in acting and
mhm.
it isn't like different things
Modeling
like she's
too.
a fashion model she was fashion model fashion blah, can't even talk anymore. I'm
Fashion model and actor and
fashion
everything else.
model and actor.
Yeah.
She's like, she does a lot of things.
Okay.
And this guy found a way to just kill all of that in her. Like it was
So, chat, let
horrible.
me give you a hypothetical, okay? Let's pretend like this isn't from the anime. Let me just put it this way. Um, you have the chance to audition for your dream show, right?
Oh
It's
my
your
god.
favorite comic
Ugh,
book,
yes.
your
Jesus,
favorite whatever. Like you have this opportunity
terrible.
to do a potential live action adaptation. You were given the chance to audition, your agent got it for you. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You said you're going to do it. You said you're going to go for it. And then you call your crush, who is completely apparently still aloof to the fact that you like him. You've given him complete warrant clear signs that you like this person. And then for some reason, you decide that you see that he somehow left this book that reminds you of a conversation you had with him where he made excuses not to go to a previous similar event because he was afraid nobody liked him. So you decided apparently that your happiness doesn't matter. You're going to instead focus on making sure he's happy because that's your happiness and go on this trip and cancel your chance to audition for this. And you don't tell your crush this because you want them to be happy. And then you are sad the whole entire trip. And the only way that you become happy is because your crush forces you to get on a train to go do the audition because as any rational person would tell you, that is, what are you doing? Hands down. And I know they're kids. I know that the premise is like they're 14-year-olds and kids do stupid stuff, whatever. But I would feel like, to some degree, any 14-year-old that knows that they have a chance to dream world would still not do something like that. Or the
Yeah.
parents would try desperately to talk them out of doing that. Like, I don't know how a parent would not be like, are you sure you want to do this and waste your opportunity? Like, for what? Like, a boy for school? Like, you're gonna have all these other opportunities. Like, yeah, you could, as a parent, you might argue, it's a once in a while, like once in a one-time childhood memory, but like, this is a dream role. This is like you know your kid loves it. You know your kid is obsessed with it. You know your kid has like bought every manga copy. She bought two of the same one so she could prep for the role. And you wouldn't talk to your kid about it. You wouldn't let them know, like, look, this boy will completely understand. If he likes you enough, it's not like going to change anything if you audition for it. Like, that was the central conflict for the final two episodes to force a confession was that.
Yeah,
I don't
it,
know,
it, it
like,
was, you don't know, like what.
I'm just saying, like, there's so many different sequences like this where it's like, like Anna is this the first time we're getting introduced to her. She is very independent. She clearly holds her own. She loves to snack and she does it in places she's not supposed to, like the library. And she does her own thing. Nobody tells her what, like, nobody changes her mind. Nobody like forces her to do any, like, makes her think about like changing what she wants for somebody else. But then out of 25 episodes, it turns into I only want like to do every like what he wants to do, or like or she apologizes for trying to get him talk to him about things that she's interested in. It's always like I'm sorry to talk about like all these other things, or like she's sad if he doesn't make a comment that she's like trying to get from him about like her looks or whatever, and she turns into someone who's easily jealous, all because he wants to share a notebook with someone because he can't see the whiteboard. Like the way that her character regresses because of being having a crush on someone was kind of just sad to me. Like I think Silver Knights both said this, but it was sad because it was like her character was interesting already. It didn't need to devolve into like the standard damsel in distress of like I need him to make me happy. And that codependency took away a lot from the story to me.
Yep. No, I agree. I
Or to
mean,
us, yeah.
it's just it and that's why right now, and Ambu told me as right before the episode started that the writer is female. I'm like, what? How how is she best girl? How is this the best type of female like character of 2024? Like she's basically a victim of so much like emotional manipulation and man, like it's I have no uncensored words for this. Ambu and I have been raging on this for the last 2 days via text message and on all caps, by the way. Just like, I don't know why we're screaming, and we just tapped everything that we were just talking about because it was the more we went through it, the angrier we got. Because Ambu said it correctly. She's aloof, she's weird. It annoyed me at first, but then I was like, okay, she has the makings of an interesting character. But he just ruined her, like completely ruined her, you know? Uh the amount of dedication and like her depending on him to be satisfied and validated is of somebody that maybe is already married, right? Or engaged or has been with somebody for years, but they haven't. They haven't even
Hmm.
started dating. They haven't even started officially dating. And and she was just like, here's my whole life. Here's my here what's gonna make you happy? What's gonna make you want to like see me as pretty? Most of the times that's all she wanted, to be told that she was pretty. That's all, you know? And she'd get it once in a while, and it's crazy because it took like a miracle for him to say dumb things and simple things like you're pretty, you're cute. The most simple things, like the smallest, tiniest things.
Yeah.
It's just it's crazy. It's sad. It's wild. I don't think this is a rom-com. This is a tragedy. this this is a tragedy. This
Yeah.
is
But
something
like
like
I will give this anime some credit, and it's not because of Ana Yamada or Kyotaro Ishikawa. I'll give it for the side characters because there's a lot of great side characters
the
and great side
side
stories
characters are great.
that are really good.
Yeah.
Like there's I forget the character's name, but the one that we said is like very cat-like, the one with the orange hair and like is very
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
our little chaotic.
Moeko Sekine.
So Michael is like this really fun character who very much is like, oh, I want like a boyfriend. Oh, would it be nice for this? Oh, like all this other stuff. But like also she cares about like Anna in ways that it's not like done very directly. It's very indirect. So like one of my favorite sequences that actually I was like, good job Ishikawa on this is like there's this senior who likes Yamada also, and he's trying to pressure Ishikawa to give him her line contact information. Trying to be like, I won't tell anybody that you gave it to me. You should just give it to me right now, whatever. And you see her watching and listening to see what Ishikawa is gonna do. Because it's like obviously like if he does it, then she's gonna tell Yamada, and of course, like whatever, things will end. But she wanted to kind of see how he would react to it. And Ishikawa was like, I don't want to give it to you. I don't have a reason. I'm just not going to. And then to her, she realized like, okay, so Yamada likes him, and he likes her, and it's clear that they do care about each other enough and respect each other to where like she tries to keep people aloof as much as she can about the obvious interest that they both have and the like precarious situations that they catch themselves in, like when they're under the what is it, the whatever, the podium, and like she knows that they're there, so she tries to like make up something to get everybody out of the room, but then she catches Ishikawa's pants down by mistake because like something pulled it down or whatever, and she's like, I'm tired of covering for you all. Or like when she notices him like somewhere else, it's like it's clear that she cares enough to be like trying to respect their boundaries and not like do too much. Or is it Haruka, the other one who like talks a lot to Yamada about like her dating the other guy who was like she's my type and like all this other stuff, and they go on the double date and like and everything. Like her character is really funny
Oh, the
too.
the Kirby girl?
Yeah, yeah.
Honoka Hara.
Oh, Honoka. So like Honoka, she's like a great side character. This show has great side
She's so
characters.
adorable. She's so
Yeah.
adorable. She's so sweet. It's the first time I'm gonna say that I told Ambu that I've seen that in an anime series, they put a Kirby girl and they don't make her ugly or unattractive, right? Which I get it. Yes, these are, junior high school kids. Okay, we're not gonna go there. However, I will say that they make her look very adorable and cute and pretty, and they give her such a like lovely personality, and they give her a love interest, and that love interest eventually reciprocates, and they have their own little cute thing. Um, and just like Ambu said, they go on a double date at some point, and that is also kind of adorable, but not not because of Anna and not because of Kyotaro. You know, no, these guys
Hmm.
suck. They're horrible. I hate them both with my entire existence. I had to force myself to watch this, but I don't like to criticize things if I have not seen it all. And I try to give things a chance, but I was in pain from 1 to 26, man. And the only thing that made me go through it was Honoka, Moeko, all of Anna's girlfriends made, even the pervy dude friends from Kyotaro were to a point helpful for me to deal with it. Or Kyotaro's sister also.
Oh man,
Like
his sister, yeah.
their families were the best. But these two, no, dude, they're toxic for each other. It's not good. It's bad romance. This is not romance. This is
Well,
toxic. It's so bad. I am I if these were two real people, I'd be afraid for their lives, man, in the future. I'd be afraid how much damage they'll end up doing to each other by like their like end of high school, you know? Because that means that, think about it, like he is gonna want to go to whatever high school she's gonna go, or vice versa, and they're only gonna want to go to the college that they want to go. Is he gonna get jealous if she continues to progress in her career, right? Because she works with beautiful people. There's an episode where we see all these very gorgeous, beautiful, very professional people on site on one of her jobs, and he gets jealous. He gets insecure. He starts to cry. Oh my God. I've never seen a man cry so much like this guy.
Then, dude, you haven't watched Future Diaries because it's worse. But like,
I've seen your diary, but
oh,
this
okay.
is more pathetic. This is
But
way
like,
more pathetic.
I mean, and we tried, let me put it this way. We both tried really hard to give the show some benefits of the doubt, right? So, like, there's moments where this show does upend some, like, usual, I guess, romance tropes that a lot of other mid shows do that is like bad trappings, but it doesn't overcome like the fact that it's just frustrating. I mean, there is the fact that Ishikawa somehow works his way through the whole like woe is me to like, oh, she might actually like being around me. Or like, there's this moment where that really got squandered and it bugged me. This part bugged me because it was like a perfect turning point. They were making chocolates during Valentine's Day and he decides that he wants to believe he has a chance with Yamada. He wants to believe that he could actually maybe be with her and makes that decision. It's like very clear, it's very crisp. You're like, okay, like finally, dude, because she's been waiting for you to be confident about it. And then he just falls back into the same devolving thing of like, oh, she doesn't like me. Oh, she's out of my league. Oh, woe is me. Like, why would she want to hang around me? I'm not that interesting, or I don't know what to say to her, and all this other stuff. And you're like, you literally had it on Valentine's Day that you figured out that you wanted to be with her and that you have a chance. And like, I know that the show tries to show that he's grown a little bit, but it wasn't enough. It didn't feel like it matched the energy of that episode because it felt like it was very clear that he was actually going to try. And it just felt like he kept devolving afterwards because of the soccer guy somehow made him worried about it, or he felt bad for Adachi and then second guessed himself yet again, or he worried about her being on this trip and then running into someone who she might fall in love with or something. And it's just like all this weird stuff where you're like, I know insecurity is a thing. I know that's a human emotion like thing to do, but she's clearly shown she likes you. And also like, dude, the borderline obsessiveness of it, like you said, codependency again, was over the top, and it made me cringe so much in so many different ways of like how this character how like the character development completely goes like here to down here to back up then maybe back down again, and you're like, bro, this is clearly a show where it's like if somebody literally just said, "Hey, I like you. It's obvious we're doing really well together. Do you want to see where this goes?" We could have resolved half the series. It
It's
could have
called
been
Don Da
one
Don.
season.
And they make that very clear to each other, and they're able to focus on, killing aliens and demons. Oh, but wait, let's go ahead and fucking give it to the dangers in my heart.
Yeah. But like, and that's the thing is like Obito, for example, right? Like Obito was like, very clearly like the like, oh my gosh, like why would a girl like me, the loner or whatever. And then he has that resolve to be like, I want to be what I can for her. And he doesn't fall back into those trappings anymore. He literally is just like, I'm gonna work myself into becoming who I need to be. Like, and I'm gonna win her over. He never falls into like the gaslighting, the self like centered focus. There's no second guessing who he is. It's like very clear. He's like, I want to better myself, so I'm gonna work on myself. And that's what we needed to see from Ishikawa rather than just like, I'm gonna work on myself and then bleh.
He gives up so soon. Like, you would
Hmm.
think there is points where they have, like you said, there's like just opportunities for them to have character development, and then they do it for like a little, and then it's like,
Yeah.
let's take a step back, Ambu. We forgot the most weirdest part of this thing from the very beginning. And again, I am jabbing at the mangaka, right? Why did she write him as the kid that wants to cut and stab people? Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand. And where did that go? Because like if he has that many like mental health issues, like they don't just go away in like episode 8, which they did. They were just
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
I am, man, whatever you took Nordio to solve those sort of mental health issues, call me because I love to get rid of all my mental health issues that quickly, where it just takes few fucking episodes for things to be all nice and peachy. Please let me know. Is it a pill? Is it
It,
pot? I'll take it. I don't care.
it's
You know, like, but
it's crazy how
they
extreme it
just
is. Yeah.
it just goes from like it goes from like I want to stab her, I want to kill her, I want to do all these things. She's mocking me to like I love her. I will do anything for her. It
Well, and well, the
so
anime tries
wild.
to
It's so dysfunctional.
the an
Dude, it's sick.
yeah, I agree, but I'm saying I think the anime tried to cover that with the
And
conversation
that's why I
between.
can tell you that she didn't know what the hell she was doing at the beginning with her story.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you that like we talked about this, right? Like the characters went through some weird moment where everything that made it unique and interesting just disappeared because I don't, like you said, I don't know if she had an idea of how it was supposed to go with him being that obsessed because like it is weird that it's like what in it goes from like being very extreme of like I'm planning to murder her in the library to like oh I'm angry I started like doing my like murder timer or whatever like when he was sick to like oh my God she's my everything.
That's right, the murder timer. Dude, this kid was, but would if he was in the States, he would have been a shooter. He had a timer going. That's right, Ambu. I forgot about that. He
Yeah.
had a timer for like when he was counting down to do something wild. Who knows what that would have been? But
Hmm.
again, that went out the window. Bro, that's true. I had completely forgotten about that.
It's just it
That
dude
makes it even much worse.
I feel like I had a point and I completely lost it. I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know. There's a
So
lot to the
angry.
show where it just you wonder like how do I put it? I just feel like this show puttered. It like sputtered out. It's like it wanted to be interesting with like the whole snack situation, and instead it fell into the trap of like let's give these like random tense moments of like they're in her sleeping arrangements together and she tries to kiss him and then he breaks it by saying can we talk tomorrow so he can confess to her. There's a moment when they're in the curtain when she's like I don't mind you being physically closer to me and then he breaks it by going like I meant being taller as tall as you. Like all these moments where it's like it felt like the story itself lost itself. It got lost in its own sauce and instead focused
I
on giving moments.
Yeah. I feel bad for her. All those moments, I think in reality, it would have broken a person.
I feel
If
like
in
she would have
every
been.
one of those moments where you're about to get really close with somebody to either be physically, physical or even kiss or have that closeness and kind of, break that wall. And then I know where they're like, we should talk. Dude, what? What?
Yeah,
Like that, in my opinion, it would have it's if it would have broken a grown woman, it would definitely destroy a 14-year-old. A 14-year-old's self-esteem, stuff like that would have destroyed them
well,
because
it
teenagers
showed
are
that it
super
did.
insecure. Yeah, yeah, clearly, right? But not,
Sorry, but
I think,
continue.
but no, no, no. But like, I think it would have demolished her right here. Obviously, like she's gone downwards, right? And it's ruined her little by little. But what I meant is like just that one act should have probably sent her into her room and become a neat where she just never wants to come out of her room. Is
Mm.
what I mean that it would have broken her.
I just
It
feel
would have
like,
destroyed her self-esteem to the point she wouldn't even be able to want to do any more jobs.
yeah, because like, look, Chad, at the end of the day, like, what we're trying to see here is this. The way that this character devolves into like the damsel in distress, where he is her happiness and he is her world, was really baffling, and I think kind of a disservice to her character, because like the way that the author tried to justify why she became so dependent on Ishikawa kind of takes away from it. Because like, yeah, she talks about how she's given up on things because she doesn't get it, she wants to quit, and then because he said a few words, she was inspired, but it kind of felt like it got to the point to where she was looking to him too much for validation, right? Like a lot of the best romantic animes, yes, there's like not necessarily codependency, but a mutual respect for one another. We talk about like Toradora, where like they're not codependent on one another. Yes, there's moments where they're like jealous of things, but it's because they realize how much they really respect and like the other person, but there's never a sense of codependency. There's really much, it's just more of two people finally reaching a point to where they're still the same people. They've gone through their growth of like their relationship, but they've never compromised who they were or what they wanted to become. Like Taiga's still the same person. Um, Whatever, I forget his name, he's still the same person. They never change. Their values never change. Like
But there
it's
is still
still,
growth,
yeah.
and they support each other. They
And then
do.
here, yeah, and then here it's like they're two codependent, very like bad for each other people at this point. And also like you said, Ishikawa's mental health issues do not go away that easily. This guy felt
No.
like he lost himself. He felt like he was no longer who he used to be. He became a loner because he like didn't get into the same school as his two other friends, and that turned him into this kid that was obsessed with murders or whatever because it helped him to understand human emotion, to read body language, which sure, like it's just weird. It's a weird justification, and it just
It's
kind of takes
weird.
away. Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know what she was trying to go for, man. Honestly, I don't understand it. It's
It, dude, it's the trope of he appears as like weird and creepy, but he has a good heart. Like he has good intentions, but it's the type where it's like even if you say that he has a good heart and he has good intentions, the way that he putters around and like doesn't communicate and with the way that it messes with Anna, it's like he's not good for her because it takes him so much to like realize he messes up and it puts her through so many emotional cycles that it hurts her. Honestly, like we've seen so many times where she's hurt or disappointed or sad and there's a part of me that goes like anyone who's interested in someone, if the person doesn't show interest, they would probably just break away from them. They would probably just be
yeah.
like, I've given so many shots, like, this is it. They're clearly a good person, but they're not ready for that, or we are not compatible, and we move on. I feel like that would be for even a lot of high schoolers, especially like girls, they were much more mature than guys. Like, they would put the two and two together and then, like, be done.
And
And in this
she's
one,
way more mature than him because she has a career already
mhm,
as a model. She has a career. She's shown him throughout series that she has a very mature side. You know, she understands the business that she's in. She understands she has a work ethic, which gets destroyed by him. You're right. Like again, this can't be called a slice of life. This has to be a sci-fi. That's the best way I can justify this the behavior. The behavior
yeah.
is not human. It's not human. I'm sorry. Norio Sakurai, the behavior of these two kids is not human. It's not normal. Nobody would have been able to handle that amount of emotional damage.
Yeah.
You know, it was a lot. This poor girl. I know that Ambu just told me that the manga is gonna keep going, but and I never wish any ill will on anybody, but I hope you don't get a season three. Jesus Christ. This is terrible. Like, oh my God. Please
Uh,
don't. No, don't say it on Boo. Don't you dare tell me there's gonna be
no,
a season three.
no, I was gonna tell you that there's actually, I think, a movie being made to continue it. I'm sorry, I have to tell you. But look, everybody at the
We're
tavern, I'm
gonna
just
have to
gonna say
watch it. You
this.
know that, right? You know
I
we're gonna
know,
have to watch that
I
fucking
know.
movie, right?
Look, let's just conclude it by saying this, okay? There are far better other romance anime and manga that you could read,
So
you could
many,
watch.
so
Highly
many.
recommend Toradora. I think this is the one that we've settled on as being one of the peak versions of romance anime. Does it really well. Perfect character growth without compromising character morals. It's not as contrived to where there's a super codependency. It's very clear that like they do want to be together, and yes, there's the whole will they, won't
Yeah.
they, but it's not as bad as to where he's causing her so much harm that she wants to cry all the time and she feels
Mm-hmm.
sad and like all this other stuff. And when it gets to the end, they're still the same people intrinsically, but they've gone through really solid character growth about their relationship. I don't know how this beat Free Run as like anime of the year. I don't know how it beat Dan Dan. I don't know how this did it.
The Apothecary Diaries. It
Yeah,
beat so many fantastic series out there. I I don't know anime, whatever your name is again. Keep forgetting your name because you know what?
Anime Corner. Yeah,
You're nothing. That is, you know, terrible, man. Like what? How dare you put out results like that? I dare to refuse. I refuse to believe that the weaves and the otakus of the internet out there voted for those numbers. I don't believe it. It just doesn't make sense, man. Like if you watch any AniTuber right now on YouTube, nobody's gonna put this series on top. They'd be sick. And it's not even I doubt it's in the anime list on the top, anything. It's this series didn't even fall on my radar. I don't we've never
it
heard
didn't
of it.
fall. It's because it's on High Dive, but I don't know how well it would have fallen if it was on Crunchyroll. If I'm honest
It
with
was
you,
on High Dive. It was on High Dive. That should tell you that this series was on High Dive. No jabs at High Dive. It's gotten some really good series out there, but Jesus. I mean, the good ones have actually stood out uh when they've been in High Dive. But
yeah,
no, man. I don't recommend this at all.
yeah.
It
They,
no,
I
it's not
just
it's no. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I'm just all I can say is that it just breaks my heart because like I don't want to crap on something so hard to where it's like I mean, you've seen me throughout every episode of TBD Tavern. I try really hard to remain as close to like giving good and bad, but the amount of bad that this show has I've never felt so much like frustration at like a romance because there's always going to be the will they won't they. There's always going to be the wind blowing as a sign of clearly they like each other. There's always the like stuff like that, like situations where it brings them closer. This one just took that and made it so just bad. In the first three episodes, everybody tells you you have to get through those three episodes. You don't. Trust me. If the first three episodes make you feel weird, if you cringe, if you don't like Ishikawa, if you don't like the situation, I promise you it's not worth the other 23 episodes you're gonna sit through. Hands down. I'm sorry, just flat out. Like it's not worth it.
You know what? I'll go as far as saying that because I was reading a comment right now from my anime list. Satania underscore San said something that actually is it made me feel good. People love to dump on Rent a Girlfriend because of the brainless plot and the snail
Hmm.
pace story progress. But oh boy, is that show a masterpiece compared to this cringe fest. Oh my
Oh my
god,
gosh.
yes. Thank you. Thank you, Satania underscore San. That is perfect. It you know, and I welcome you to go to Anime List and go look at these horrible mixed feelings and not recommend reviews. It is I to be fair, it is ranked on 364 and it
Okay.
has an 8.23 score.
I mean,
I don't
that's
know
fine.
why, but holy, yeah. All right. Well,
Yep.
that's it. I feel better. I do. I get. I at some point I got so angry. I heard like a on my ear, and I can smell blood. So I know my
Oh
blood pressure
no.
went up because this anime just it upset me so much that I told Ambu we have to make an episode on this because this is just it's a monstrosity. It's pain. It's
But you know what,
horrible.
chat? So let us know in the comment. I mean, not chat. Sorry, tavern people. But everybody, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Like us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And you know what? In the YouTube comments, please let us know what
Subscribe.
is a romance anime that you recommend and why. I mean, honestly, we love anime. We love reviewing stuff. We have no prejudice against any genres. You just let us know. So if you have one that you like, Fruits Basket, whatever, just throw it in there. We'll
Fruits
take a look.
basket. See what I
So.
mean? There's so many good romance. Whatever.
But anyway,
Yeah.
y'all, we hope you have a wonderful time. Please pay your tabs, enjoy your drinks, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Later.